Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
Good in comparison to Patrick Mahomes, who's been way more prolific than Mitchell Trubisky and pretty much anyone since they both entered the league. Mahomes averages 100 more passing yards per game and has thrown 25 more touchdowns despite playing in 10 fewer games, Greeny.
This, to me, is the most interesting psychologically story of the day, and there's so much to this, okay? So, look, we've been tough on Trubisky here over the course of the season because we've been honest, and for most of the season, he played terribly. You could make an argument he was the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. It's trended in a more positive direction the last 4 weeks. But the one area in which I will defend him completely is Mitchell Trubisky did not draft himself ahead of Patrick Mahomes and or Deshaun Watson. That is his lot in life. And he, like Sam Bowie being famously drafted ahead of Michael Jordan, will always wear that. And it is to a degree unfair because he can't do anything about it. He's never going to be as good as those guys. Yeah. So imagine putting yourself in that.
As a coach, when you do draft these young quarterbacks, you got to put them in a system that fit everything they do. Every skill set that he have, his coach have to use that. They use it these past few weeks, but he got to do that more with Mr. Trubisky. Patrick Mahomes, he fit Andy Reid's system because his arm strength is what Andy Reid like about him. So he fit everything Andy Reid want to do in Kansas City. He landed in the right spot for him. Deshaun Watson, they do everything around him. In a system that fits him. It's up to Matt Nagy to put a system around Trubisky to fit him. It's just a question mark right there. It just is consistency. That's what they looking for. Like, he could be a good quarterback. It's just up to the coach of what he do around him.
Position. I'm the guy, and my entire fan base, every single time my name comes up, they say, we could have had Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate position, but it's the card that you've been dealt if you're Mitchell Trubisky. And if I'm here, I can't worry about the fact that, the Chicago Bears decided to take me and not take, Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes. Listen, nobody knew that Patrick Mahomes was going to be this great at this point in, this early in his career. And
I always say that. When people say he'll never be Patrick Mahomes, you don't know how none of these quarterbacks is going to pan out when you draft them. You don't know. Ain't nobody figured he was going to be an MVP in his early career. Ain't nobody knew that. It's just all about development. You just don't know what you get out of your young quarterback when you pick them in the draft.
Obviously, people saw what Deshaun Watson did at Clemson, so there's always going to be that link between the two. But Mitchell, I can't sit here and slam Mitchell Trubisky. I think he's like, listen, I got drafted number 2. I can only control the things that I can control at this point.
Mitchell Trubisky, it's none of this is his fault. And he also made the mistake of being publicly honest about some of his other, emotional fragility and talking about, which I think a lot of players and a lot of quarterbacks probably feel the same way when he said he wanted the TVs off because they was just saying negative things about him. I think other players feel that way, but he made the mistake of being honest about it. So I think this makes us all think that maybe he's not going to be able to handle this type of pressure, and that not only the fact that he may not be good enough, on top of it, this pressure of him trying to live up to a draft position, it could make him push and press and not play as well as his potential shows.
Listen, I know that
everybody gonna throw that in his face because he was drafted number 2 in the 2017 NFL draft. They gonna talk about him because he only played 1 year at North Carolina. One start under his belt, a whole year at North Carolina. That's what they gonna throw at him. Because he ain't played like 2 or 3 seasons. He only played 1 year with them. That's everybody gonna say about him. Everybody gonna say what he got drafted at. He got drafted high, and everybody gonna continue going after that. You don't know how these rookies gonna turn out once you draft them.
Chiefs, they loved Patrick Mahomes when they drafted him. They loved him. But I go back to spending some time with him in Mexico City a few weeks back, and they said to me that they didn't even realize how good he was, that when training camp started, there were scouts and coaches in that building who couldn't wait to go back after the first 2 weeks of training camp to watch the tape of him versus the third-string offense, because they said, look at this guy, it's unbelievable. But if we go back to the draft itself, Greeny, the Chiefs, as much as they love Mahomes,
They were rare there. Most people had Mitchell Trubisky as the top-rated quarterback in that draft. I remember speaking to front offices that week, them saying, Trubisky's the guy. We look at the pre-draft grades from 2017, according to scouts saying, look at the grades.
Yeah, but
Trubisky 89, Watson 88, Mahomes 84. And there was even a conversation that the Browns were going to go Trubisky at 1 over Myles Garrett. We didn't hear Watson at 1. We didn't hear Mahomes at 1. We heard Trubisky or Garrett. They went Garrett. So, again,
the story there is there was too much film on Watson, not enough film on Trubisky, because you can project all these things when you only have a little bit of film on a guy. And as Patrick Mahomes, people explained it away because it's Texas Tech. Everybody throws for a zillion yards at Texas Tech, but I don't understand how football coaches and decision makers don't see what Deshaun Watson did. I understand how you pass over Mahomes because it's Texas Tech, but what Deshaun Watson was able to do at Clemson, I don't understand how you pass that up.
Because coming out of college, anyone believe in Patrick Mahomes? Andy Reid and the Chiefs believe in him. Andy Reid saw something in him. Those scouts saw something in him that could fit everything Andy Reid wanted to do in Kansas City. Because no one did not believe Patrick Mahomes. When he was coming out, everyone was looking like, why did Chiefs take him? And now everyone is looking like he's the best quarterback in the league. Now everyone want to change their mind once they see what happened on the field. You see how when you believe in a person, they change their mind real quick. Deshaun Watson, he was dynamic. Teams passed up on him. Texas grabbed him, and look what he's doing for Texas. He got them on the verge of winning the division and have play a home game for Texas in the playoffs.
I'm watching this whole thing up. I'm like, who is this guy from North Carolina?
Yeah.
And we're picking number 2 over Deshaun Watson. What am I? I'm sitting there. This is just me. What am I missing here?
Yeah. Well,
this is a Deshaun Watson who went against Nick Saban's like NFL's type defense and shredded him like 2 years in a row.
I know it wasn't that.
That's why everyone was shocked about that. Because Nick Saban got a defense that's an NFL built. And the way he dominated that championship game, he should have been higher. But he slipped all the way down to a team that took him. They seen what they like in him.
Long ago, but I still think the mindset that has probably been killed this year, but the mindset of a college guy playing college style can't survive in the NFL. And you saw Deshaun Watson, you're like, he doesn't have a great strong arm, he's not like super accurate, and he's very athletic.
But remember how that Alabama defense was.
I know.
They falling off. You saw Deshaun Watson play against that defense. I'm like, I'm still sitting there scratching my head like,
what did Gabo Sweetie say to you?
They ain't worrying about all that. Like, he could throw the football very well. Like, it's just his playmaking ability and his creativity that he do for Texas when plays break down and you see it. His dynamic plays that he do for them change everything for them. He got a good arm strength. I watch games when he can throw the football down the field. It's his playmaking ability Texas like about it.
Pass on Deshaun Watson, passing on Michael Jordan.
Right. Listen, the crazy thing about Mitchell Trubisky is that his own coaches at North Carolina didn't even think he was that good. He was there for a long time, only ended up getting 13 starts because another guy was playing quarterback for them.
Yeah, but that's another one that wasn't his decision. Like,
right.
There's so much of this that I find fascinating. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports,